I looked over and I saw him at the club when he said he was sick. Hello guys, welcome back, and today I have some crazy story time. Specifically three encounters with not so good dates or bad dates. The reason I want to do this story time is so that you guys don't have to go through what I went through. Don't be like me. Don't date people that I dated. Some warning signs. I'm gonna be doing some skincare and makeup while I'm doing the story time, so I hope you guys enjoy. Got my cold chocolate or cold choco. I just want to say thank you to meebak for sponsoring the skincare products. You guys know I've talked about it in the last videos. I am obsessed with their Cica skincare line because I love centella. Centella is one of my new favorite ingredients when it comes to skincare. It helps with breakouts, inflammation. Cica has been an herbal remedy for thousands of years. It's the holidays and this is the perfect gift for your friends and your family. I actually bought some meebak products for my friend for a Christmas gift. And in this holiday kit, they have a Cica mask here, soak and smooth little mask sheet. It comes with the Cica eye cream, the Cica toner. This is the travel mini size. I love this toner. Vitamin C serum, Cica cream age repair moisturizer, the final cream. For the holidays, they're having a 30% site-wide sale and you're gonna get some free gifts. My personal favorite about meebak is their skincare is high quality, yet the prices are really affordable. I'm gonna be starting with one of my favorite products from meebak, which is the Cica toner. It smells so natural, so nice. So getting a cotton pad. Whew, just need to calm down before I say the story time because sometimes I get triggered. Next step to the skincare, we need to put on the vitamin C. Brightens and replenishes your skin. Vitamin C is just a really important thing for your body and your skin as well. I actually love how the serum is not too thick. I don't like thick serums and this one is just perfect. I just love a clean smell. I really don't like fragrances, so this is a perfect serum for me. And I like to just give myself a little tiny massage. Then using the cream, it's really moisturizing. It's great for sensitive skin and aging skin as well. So it's a really clean and simple cream. Look how my skin is glowing. It's perfectly moisturized and I am ready now to do my makeup. If you guys are looking for holiday gifts, remember to click the link down below to check out meebak products. Alright, so let's start off with the first guy. The first guy, we're gonna call him A. He wasn't a trainee back. He actually debuted and I was a trainee back then. And he was introduced me by another trainee member. And she said she was introduced to him, but she really wasn't interested in dating them, so she said, hey, do you want to meet this guy? He is willing to date someone. I was like, okay, why not? And back as a trainee, you know, you are kind of lonely. You see like who doesn't want to go on a date. He is not an A-class famous celebrity or an idol, so put that to the rest. So we got introduced through Kakao, and that's what we would used to do even a couple of years back because we weren't allowed to have personal social media. So we met through Kakao Talk and I saw his profile picture and I was like, not impressed at first. He wasn't that cute to me. Like, you know, everybody has a different style, a type of people that they like. And if I could find a picture of what kind of like type he is, I'll probably put it up here just to kind of put a face to it so you guys have like some face to go along with the story time. I guess personally really like more manlier, not macho man, but like maybe flower boy, but not like cutesy type. So I was like not that excited, but I was like, okay, why not? I am just lonely, so let's just go for it. Back using my meebak toner to spray. Yeah, first of all, he's a singer. He wasn't a rapper or anything. I'm pretty sure he was a vocal. I just purposely didn't really listen to their song or album because I wanted to meet that person as that person instead of like a singer, an artist to an artist. I want to meet him as a human being. The first warning sign about this guy was that when we were chatting in our Kakao chat, he had a very cutesy personality that I was just not into. Like, for example, it's a little hard if you don't speak Korean what I'm talking about because in English you only have one direct language. In Korean, you have like formal, informal, and then you have ways you could talk very cutesy, like 애교. He texted me too many emojis. If you speak Korean, you know what I'm talking about. Like when you say, did you eat? Instead of saying 밥 먹었어, you know, you would say 밥 먹었어. Like very exaggerated cutesy type, right? And I wasn't into that, but I was like, okay, whatever. I've never met him yet, so let me just look over that. So we decided to meet up one day. So he came over near my dorm. I remember we went to somewhere called 맥주 창고, beer factory, and it's where you go in and you just take out whatever drinks that you want from the refrigerator. And it's also very cheap as well. And as young trainee, we didn't have much money. So I went in, he was there first, and again, I wasn't too excited, but I walked down and I saw him sitting down, and my first impression, I mean, was, wow, he looks so different different than the pictures. So in real life, he looked totally different. Like he was super tall. He was like 183, like 180 something centimeters. He was super tall. I thought in real life he was 10 times cuter, 10 times better looking than photos and videos. I just think he just is not photogenic kind of person. But in real life, wow, I was like, he is really handsome. What is wrong with his pictures? Just kidding. But anyway, because in real life, he was more manlier than I thought. He didn't really act cutesy and like what he did in the Kakao chat. So I thought, wow, I'm actually into this guy. So we hit it off and I really liked him. And the first date I thought went pretty well. Now the second warning sign, which I should have known, was that again through texting, maybe we would text back and forth before our second meetup or date, he was again being very cutesy and he called me like 자기야, which is baby in Korean, or babe. Like before we even did anything, like he would call me babe, like I miss you, and it would just like everything was really fast for him. He just wanted things fast. But I was like, okay, whatever, he's cute, let me look over that too. Little did I know. Now later I found out that there was another weird thing that he did. Remember that trainee friend that introduced me to him? Apparently she told me later that he would call her in Korean in-law. Like he would call her an in-law as a joke, but it thought that was so weird. And she thought it was weird, but she didn't tell me because, you know, she thought we were just hitting off really well. So it was our second date, or second or third time. I'm pretty sure it was a second time. It's a while ago, so I can't remember exactly what we did. I'm sure we just hung out and ate food. But I do remember after that second date, we walked back to my dormitory, my trainee dormitory. And you know, like, not gonna lie, yes, we did kiss, have a nice cute kiss. And then this was when, at our second date, he asked me, do you want to be my girlfriend? Again, this is like what, like the third warning I should have known, but I looked over. I thought that was super weird. Like, yo, this is literally like our second time meeting and you're asking me to be your girlfriend? So I nicely rejected him, and I don't mean like rejected meaning I don't want to meet you again. I just told him, hey, like it's our only second time. Like, I think we should kind of meet more like third or fourth date and then you ask me. I said it really nicely. He wasn't offended and he seemed okay with it, so I thought it was totally fine. I think it's a little weird asking someone out the second time. Is it just me? Anyway, I still liked him and I thought he still liked me, so we started texting back. But this was when he started to kind of not text back fast anymore. He started to be very late with his text from here and on. I guess in his mind he thought that maybe like that was a rejection, now that I think about it. But you guys could see how like fast this guy is with his feelings. Like he comes fast and he moves on really fast, which is a really bad sign, you guys. If things go really fast, it's gonna end really fast. But I do remember every time we met up, even though this was like only our second, third time, like he wanted a lot of skinship, a lot of touching, you know, a lot of skinship he wanted, and I just wasn't really too into that, especially since I didn't really know him that well. I mean, maybe his hormones are just spiking. So anyway, after him kind of like being a little awkward for a couple days, we'd still decide to meet up because I wanted to meet up with him. And I thought when we met up, he would be a little awkward. But when we did meet up, he was so normal, like nothing was going on, like he didn't like ghost me for a couple of days. So we were watching, I remember exactly what we were watching. We were watching Avengers. So the next thing I remember is we were at a coffee shop where we were just talking. I remember we left the movies and I said, hey, don't you have something to ask me? Wink, wink. Although I thought it was still early, I just thought, well, I don't want him to ghost me anymore. Like maybe he just was offended by what I said. And that's when he kind of got the clue and he's like, oh, do you want to be my girlfriend? So that's when I was super happy and I was like, yes. He didn't seem excited. He didn't seem the guy he was before. But little did I know that would be the last time that I would meet him. After we were supposed to be boyfriend and girlfriends now. And I texted him like, I think I texted him like bye or like hope you have a good night or something. And he never texted me back until like the next day. From then on, his text was just super late. Like for a couple days, I remember he sometimes wouldn't even text me back. I should have just ended it then. I should have gotten the clue and just told him, yo, goodbye. But I didn't. I was so young and I just wanted to hold on to something that I felt like I had when I didn't. And boys and girls, if someone ghosts you, just end it right then and there. They're not for you. They've never been for you in the beginning. Anyway, just end it. But again, he was really confusing because at times when he would text, he would be again like weird cutesy, but then he would like ghost me for a couple hours or even a couple days. Now finally, I remember I was exactly in the recording studio. This was like a couple days where he didn't text me and he just ghosted me. And he finally messaged me back saying, hey, I'm sorry, it's not you, it's me, blah blah blah, BS BS BS. He just said let's break up. I was really heartbroken at that time. Well, not heartbroken because I didn't really know him that much, but I felt like, what did I do wrong? What did I do? Like, did he not like me because I wasn't pretty enough? Like I said, every time we met up, his skinship was just, he always wanted skinship. So I think the fact that I didn't give in to things that he wanted, I think that was one of the reasons why he just didn't find me attractive, because he knew that I was the type of girl that was not gonna just give in really easily and quickly. So I guess he just didn't want to waste the time, and that's what happened. I don't know, you guys, like every time that I tried to meet up, and when they were like at least in the entertainment industry, especially as K-pop singer, artist, I just did not have the greatest experiences. I'm not saying that there's no one out there that's legit at all. I personally did not have great experiences. So I gotta go on to the next story. This one is worse than the first guy. So he wasn't a K-pop idol. Let's call him B right now because we're on the second story. He was actually a model. Now, I met him with a friend. I was another trainee friend that I went to a really popular club at the time with, because it's fun. Like, Korean clubs are literally lit. Anyway, in the clubs, it's known to have a lot of models that come, and I think the clubs do this on purpose to attract people and say, yo, we got attractive models and actors in this club, so people go there, right? And I remember this one guy, he was so tall, like model tall. He was very good looking, and he came up to me. It was like one of the first time where like an actual cute guy, like an actual model, came up to me in the club. So we all hung out, and he asked me for my number, and he was actually 3 years younger than me. I think I was 23 and he was like 20. But that model guy, lived in the same town as where I was living in. Now, mind you, I was a very poor trainee and I didn't know his status because I just literally met him a couple hours ago. But he first decided, let's go eat, right? And pho is actually not that cheap. We were eating and that was really fun because he had a personality, very outgoing. He was very like confident in the way he talked. And so here is the first warning sign from this guy. Here we are eating this expensive pho and we're just enjoying our time, and that's when he all of a sudden says, I don't have any money, I don't have any cash, can you pay for it? And he's like, oh, I don't have any money left over, and he showed me like his bank account that had $1 in it. First of all, it's not like I have a problem with paying for my own food or that person's. It's not like that. But the fact is, he suggested, hey, let's go eat first. And he was telling me that he spent all his money on alcohol that day. I thought, you know, the guy at least should tell me about this beforehand, or I think the bill came out to be only like $25. And I'm saying only now because obviously I'm older and I make my own money. But back then I was using obviously my parents' allowance, and as a trainee, literally like eating a $10 meal is a luxury. Like max like $3, $4, $5, like that's max that you could go for. But I was like, okay, whatever, let's just let it go. It was literally, now it's like 6, 7 a.m. now. He dropped me off right in front of the dorm, and he, at first, another warning sign, he hinted to me where he said that he wanted to stay the day with me at the dormitory. He's like, oh, I wish I could spend the night with you, wink wink. And I just told him, no, like I live with people and I can't do that. Another warning sign, if a guy cannot respect you like the first day you meet, I thought things were going great. He texted me literally non-stop to the point where I couldn't even focus on my training. But I really liked him. I thought he was so handsome guy at the time. We ended up meeting a couple more times. And here is the very big warning sign about this guy. It seemed like every time we met up, he didn't have his wallet. It's like every time we met up, he just didn't have any money. Except that second time we met, he's like, oh, I borrowed $20 from my mom. I had to beg her because you paid for a fall last time, so let me pay for like another cheap meal for you. But that's okay, you know, it's not like I cared about money then, or that I wanted to meet a rich guy. I was okay with it as long as like I wasn't paying for everything every single time, but it seemed like I kind of was after that. So he asked me out like the third date, and I said yes. I was like, you know what, F it, it's life, whatever. Let me not make the mistake like I did to the first guy. So after that, we still had a fun time. We went clubbing together, and I felt so cool because he had all these model hyungs, model friends that came to the club, and I was hanging out with the models, like tall, really good looking guys that all did like the Korean Seoul Fashion Week kind of stuff, and I felt so cool at that moment. Little did I know that none of that matters. This was the next big warning sign that I also think my friend crossed the line, and let me know what you guys think if I'm overreacting or not. So it was only like a couple days we've been together and we were still fine, right? One time he texts me and he's like, I'm meeting your friend today. That friend that we met all together the first time that I met him at the club, she was one of my really close best friend girlfriends, and he just told me they're meeting up, and I was like, wait, what? Why are you guys meeting up? That's so weird. Like, you're supposed to be my relationship. Why would you meet up her without telling me? So I asked my friend, the girlfriend, and she's like, oh yeah, we are meeting together. He asked me to buy him food, so I said yes. Again, I overlooked that. I'm not the jealous type of girl, so let me just look over it. Isn't that weird? Like, they ended up meeting each other, and I thought it was weird that my girlfriend, my best friend, didn't tell me about it first. I had to hear from him. The fact that he asked her to buy food, like, what the hell? And why did she even say yes? I told you, every time I met up with this guy too, he just wanted a lot of skinship. Like, they just want to go straight to that. Wink, wink, if you know what I'm talking about. I want to know that person before I go any farther, wink, wink. But I still really liked him, so I gave him multiple chances. And there was this one time we decided to meet up after a while, after he's been kind of weird with his text, and we decided to meet up in Itaewon. I just want to say this is my favorite lip combo that makes you look like you got lip injections. The Vanilla one, especially this color, and the Moonshot, this one, oh my god, goddess lips. So we met up, and I was super excited because I haven't seen him in a while at that time. So I thought he would, you know, hey, like at least buy me dinner once, and since I've been paying for all this time. The moment we meet up, you know what he said? He goes, 누나 밥 사줘, which means, 누나, buy me food. Bruh, like WTF. But I'm more mad at myself the fact that I still looked over that. Because I was like, this guy, he's younger than me. He doesn't have a job. Maybe his modeling job isn't really paying him that well. And I haven't seen him in a long time. So I thought, well, he's cute. Let me just buy him Taco Bell. So we actually ended up going to Taco Bell because obviously I wasn't like a rich trainee. So we went to Taco Bell and we started eating. This was another warning sign that I felt like I looked over. While I was eating, he told me I looked like a chipmunk. What a fuck! But he meant it in a cute way, like, oh, you look like a cute chipmunk when you're eating. But I think he just wanted a girl that was like just like super like seductive, super just like very, very skinshipy. After that day when he called me a chipmunk, his text just got really bad. Like, he just started kind of ghosting me for sometimes a couple days. And there was this one time after that, he told me he was super sick. He's super sick, he can't text me, and he would ghost me for a very long time. And he would just say the excuse, oh, I was so sick I couldn't even look at my phone. So because I still really liked him and didn't know why he was ghosting me this way anymore, so I tried to convince him and said, yo, I'll buy you food, let's meet up, like, you're sick, I will buy you food. Because he loves food, right? He loves when people buy him food. I think it was literally a week later, and then he told me, hey, you know, I'm feeling a little better, but I'm gonna meet up my friend. I could meet you up for a little bit, like an hour or so. So I thought, okay, like, I was so excited, and I went up to meet up with him at a cafe, and he looked totally fine, first of all. And he's like, yeah, meet up with my friend, can you buy us food? Of course, at that moment, Grace being super naive and dumb, I'm like, okay, like, let me just get you food because I promised it and you're sick. Didn't know that I had to buy his friend food, first of all. Oh, I was so stupid. I literally gave him like the last bit of money that I had from my allowance that I got from my parents. After that day, he again started really ghosting me pretty bad. The last straw was, again, he was claiming that he was still sick. And that day, me and my friend, you know, we decided to go to another club. I had a feeling that he was not sick and going to sleep. So me and my friend are at the clubs. We're hanging out. I look over and guess who I see? My alleged model boyfriend B with his other friends hanging out at the same exact club. So I go over to him and I tap him, and he first looks at me. He was kind of drunk. I remember his face exactly. His eyes was brightened up. That day he explained to me a lot of BS, like, oh, I had to go out because like they're my model youngs and like I had to do what they told me to, blah 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 blah. Nothing changed. Even for a couple days he started ghosting me again, and I was like, that's it. We ended really weirdly. I think the last text he sent me was, oh, what are we? You know, he texted me like he still wanted to meet up with me, but it just ended really weird. We just both ghosted each other and then it just ended. This guy was literally worse than A. He never had his wallet, never had money when we met up, and he would always lie and probably went to the club all the time. Okay, the last story, let's talk about C. But I found out he was a YG model. Don't try to look for him because there's hundreds of YG models. You will never guess who it is, I hope. Now this story, I take full accountability for it. 80% was my fault. Me and my friend, my same girlfriend, we went to another club. I don't know what's with me meeting people at club, but they never worked out, first of all. And I saw this guy and he literally looked like a Vogue model. Like he was so chiseled, super tall, and I was like, wow, I finally met my ideal type. Like that chiseled Vogue model, like Gucci model or something. My friend helped me to get his number. So I got his number. The next day we started texting each other and we decided to meet up. This was the first time we're meeting up officially outside of the dark club with the banging music, and I could finally see who this guy is. So we meet up, and when he was approaching, I remember, wow, this guy, wow, he is super good looking. Like literally, again, Vogue Seoul Fashion Week model guy. Wow, now I have finally got the golden belt. Here was the first warning sign that I once again looked over. So once he started talking to me, I've noticed that he was very feminine. Please don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with being feminine at all. The way he talked, the high-toned voice, the way he giggled, the way he did his hand motions, like everything just screamed out, not a straight man. Again, there's nothing wrong with someone being feminine, but me personally, like everybody has different types, right? You don't have to be manly, macho manly, but because of his super attractive physical appearance, I looked over that and I said, let me just give another chance. Again, he was really nice. He was very gentle. I think it was our third time meeting when I kind of asked him, like, I hinted to him like maybe he doesn't like females and he's just meeting up because, I don't know, maybe he's just playing around, I don't know. But he told me directly straight that a lot of his past girlfriends misinterpreted him because himself, he's so feminine, and the way he acts and the way he talks, that his other girlfriends tried to make him manlier, but he said it didn't work. He said he just tried to be manly, but it just didn't work because that's just not him. So right then and then, I knew that this was just him generally being himself, that he was straight, he liked girls, but he was just very extra feminine. I try to understand and I try to broaden my perspective, and I still try to like him. But like, I remember when we first kissed, I tried to get into it. I tried, you guys. I really did. But my body was just screaming absolutely no. Also, remember, I moved out of that dormitory. So this was when I was living like really far from Seoul. Like it was like 1 hour from Seoul. So I was alone in this apartment. It was always lonely. So I think I really wanted a friend, a boyfriend. Like I wanted a companion, someone to hang out with. I think that's one of the reasons why I did not end it or break it, even if I didn't like him. Technically, I was doing the same thing that these other guys did to me. And I started like texting this guy really late. I started almost not even responding to him sometimes. I just was not into this person. I'm an for this. I am an for this. I forgot to mention, I think it was a third date. Again, I don't know what's with the third date rule in Korea, but it was like the third date and he asked me to be his girlfriend and I said yes. So the last text I sent him, I said I wanted to meet up, hey, let's hang out, you know. And then he texted me saying, hey, I'm sorry, but I don't think I really like you enough. Let's just end things. And he obviously knew that I didn't like him because I was very cold when I met him. I didn't really give him, I didn't really talk to him that much when we met. I didn't really want to do any skinship with him because, again, I wasn't really attracted. So he knew it, and he was the first one to say it. So that's how we broke up. And later, you know, I saw him in actually famous magazines, and I'm sure he's having a great life, and I hope that he has met the right person. I'm really sorry that I've treated this person person this way. Not that I've ever disrespected him or anything and never like said anything or done anything to disrespect him. If you guys take anything from this lesson, just remember, please do not hold anything for any longer. Be honest with the person. Here is the final look that I created. I tried my best to stick with the aespa theme, and this is the top that I found. That was kind of like that aespa Black Mamba. Put some extensions in my hair to kind of put that a little grayness touch to it. You also have some bad date stories. Leave a comment down below so we can all read your stories as well. Thank you guys, and see you guys in my next video.